What up, guys? It's your boy Oliver Saunders. I'm here with my boy Adam Churchman and my main man Q. What up, big dog?
I'm here. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh man, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to the podcast. So a little bit of background. I met Q year or two ago at EOS. We were in the gym, just helped as well, just working on ourselves, and we connected. Just two dads, that vibe, two successful, humble. Just humans, you know what I mean, and we just vibed off of that. So thank you for making time and being here on the podcast. We appreciate you.
Well, I see you blowing up now, so I'm glad y'all allowed me to come in to be a part of this.
Yeah, he was excited when he messaged. He's like, "I got my boy Q coming." I'm like, "All right, let's go." That's
right. I like how he left out the part. He was in the gym clean every day. Fly. Shoes is nice. Fly every day.
I'm trying to keep up with you
every day. He made my gym look better.
Thank you, brother, man.
Good thing.
Thank you, brother, man. I appreciate you. So do you want to give the listeners a little bit into you as a person, as you know what I mean, and just so they know who we're talking to.
Okay. Well, my name is Quinn Cairo, originally from Texas. Actually, was born in Dallas, Texas, raised up in West Texas by my grandmother. Sports background. So sports has been a big part of my life since I was, I'll say, about 7.
Yeah.
Goal in life was to be a football player, nothing else.
What position?
I wanted to play quarterback, of course, kid of the 70s and 80s, so Roger Staubach, Cowboy fan.
Okay.
Didn't work out, but I played receiver. Was pretty good at it. Good enough to actually go to JUCO. Was a JUCO All-American. Okay. Played ball, made the most of it. And I'm that guy who was told at a young age, if you love something and you're lucky enough to do it in life, it's not a job. So I always was reaching and hoping to be a part of something and do something on a daily basis that I didn't see as work. Right. So it's not clocking in, going in, doing it for somebody else, but doing something you love. It's a lot easier to get up and do it every day. Because we all get up on certain days where I don't feel like going. Man, I'm tired. Man, I don't want to finish my show. Again, I'm adulting. I don't want to. But find something in life that you want to do. So fitness and sports played a huge role. So I was lucky enough to actually work my way up to the Arena Football League for a while. And when that was said and done, coached. Naturally what most guys do. I went into coaching. Yeah. And a part of coaching, especially in the Arena League, was a little different, was they asked you to do multiple jobs. So you're coaching, you're breaking down film. And since I was really getting into the gym, I became a strength and conditioning coach.
I can see that.
From there, I went into personal training. Now, at the time that I'm doing it, it's more of a selfish in the sense of I just want to work out, and I would love to go into the gym and know what I'm doing instead of waiting on somebody else to tell me what to do, because I was a typical guy. While playing sports, you went to the gym, coaches told you what to do, what to eat, you go home.
Right.
Now, when sports are over and you go to the gym and you're paying the gym to be there, you have no idea what to do, what to eat.
How was that?
And go home, you know, and so you're trying to figure it out. And so I did it to kind of help myself in a sense, and it kind of grew into more of a passion, and the more I did it, the more I loved it. The more I talked about it openly, I also found out there were a lot of people like me who liked the gym, didn't quite understand how to be successful in the gym.
Brother, you are.
Hey, that is me to a T.
That's me to a T too. That's, you know what, and this episode is going to be great, just like our other episodes, because it shows the realness of this show, shows the fact that you are not alone.
100%.
There are so many people on this planet, and it's so funny because we could be from different countries, we could have different backgrounds, we could have different skin colors, And it's funny because at the end of the day, if you were to make things as simple as you can, there are a lot of things that we all feel. We feel anxiety, we feel, embarrassment when you don't know how to do things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's an amazing thing that you were saying about that.
I tell Eliza, I think I had this conversation with her. I was like, man, if we lived in Vegas, I'd be at that gym. I'd be like looking into getting a coach to whatever, because I'm like, I go to the gym and I'm in reasonable shape, but I'm like, I know for sure I'm not eating what I should eat. I'm not training the way I should train to get what I want out of it. I'm like, I'm okay. But I am that guy who's like, I go to the gym, and that's just it.
Well, what we notice now is, and I think this is going to sound a little different, maybe a lot of people out in the world that may disagree, I think as men, we have body image issues.
For sure.
I 100% agree with that.
We have issues. Well, and one thing I respect, because when I started training, one thing I learned, for one, was training women were a lot harder, because women view their bodies differently. They view their needs differently. Where guys, we kind of two ideas. Either you're skinny or you're built like, not like Ronnie Coleman now, but old school Ronnie Coleman, just a huge guy. So it's nothing like being in the grocery store with your girl, waiting in line, And as you're sitting there, you're looking at the magazines waiting to check out, and you see this dude ripped, and you're sitting there with a bag of cookies,
Bro.
looking at your girl, trying to suck it
Bro,
in.
I'm
looking
not
at all these
gonna
other
lie.
Guys, like,
I'm not
trying
gonna lie.
to flex when you're like, but that's our idea of fitness.
Right.
So what I think my thing was I found out the hard way. Yeah. We have to talk about us, and we have to have a goal. So your goal and your reasoning behind it makes it huge. We all are different when we walk into the gym. So when we walk into the gym, the biggest thing is we're all winning because we're there.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to go.
That's you know what?
That's we're winning.
I say
that separates a lot of people.
Right away, you are like I always say. I'm like I don't care if you're the most jacked person or if you're day one. Everybody in the gym has at least one thing in common: they want to improve.
Right.
And so already getting in the gym, you are doing things that most people won't do.
Now the next portion you go to is once we're there.
What do you do?
We look around.
Right.
Now, as much as we all consider ourselves individuals, we're different. It's all about me. I don't care about you. I do care.
Right.
Yeah.
We were just saying that.
Yeah.
Right.
I do care.
Right.
And as a guy, when I walk into the gym, typically we go back to high school. No matter what, and I enjoyed high school. Was a great athlete. Yeah. Had a lot of success in high school. Now, I'll be 52 this year. I'm getting old.
Good for you, brother. You
I'm
look
getting
good,
old.
brother.
52.
I'll be 52 this year.
You
but
killing it, bro.
when I talk about high school, I romanticize it and make it a lot better than what it was.
Right.
My high school experience in the gym was hard because they broke us up in groups. And the strongest guy of the group is what they set the weight with. So I hated working out because you had this dude that was abnormally strong in 10th grade, and we're power cleaning what he can do.
Right. Which ain't even when
not me.
And you know, I don't mean to cut you off, but a great thing about the gym is another thing in life where we're not in competition with each other. We know that. You could know that, but sometimes you still look and you what's the next person doing? And it's funny because that's a great point that you bring, because it's like we're all on different journeys at the end of the day. We really are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So something might be beneficial for you in the gym might not be as beneficial for me. And that's another thing that I feel like I've learned from being in the gym and being okay with that. Like, oh, bro, if you've been in the gym for 5 years every day, why would I expect to be able to do the same thing that you could do? You know what I mean? And it's not even like, it's not like, oh, you're better or anything, but it's just the time. It's like you've put in the time and the effort. Why would I expect to be on the same playing field as somebody who's put in the time and effort?
And the big thing I had to learn is going in, and sometimes just like you said, we all have that different journey. And we got to figure out our why. So why am I here? Typically we're going to go somewhere, and anytime we take time out of our day, away from our families, away from anything, and put a strong focus on it, we're doing it to improve ourselves or improve our livelihood.
Right.
And a lot of times I think that's where we forget. We forget a lot of things in the sense of I'm in the gym, so biggest thing I want to do is record my PRs. Now, my PRs at 51 is not what it was at 21.
Of course.
That was an ego shock for me, because I would go in and look at the young boys, and they're curling 50-pound dumbbells, but I got to curl them too. Right. Even though they don't know who I am, just so they're aware that I can do it, then I'm realizing, man, my elbows hurt.
Right.
This hurts, that hurts. Then the biggest thing I learned was when I would leave the gym, I would go run, play basketball, still remained active. Even once I was done playing, was still really active, played flag football and everything, but I had hamstring issues, back issues, which I attributed to being a former athlete.
Right.
And then I realized it had nothing to do with being a former athlete. I was going to the gym, working out like a bodybuilder, and then walking out of the gym expecting to be this hybrid athlete that I didn't train to be. So I'm really big at going to the gym, and we got to have a proper balance. Just like a relationship, we have to have a compromise.
Yes.
What I'm doing in the gym should improve my outside life. Now, how I take care of my body outside of the gym will improve my skill set within the gym. That's where that balance is. And we have to figure out our why once we go in there. Is it so I can live longer, run? Is it so I can jump higher?
Right.
And let's train for that instead of looking around the room. They're doing bench press, I'm going to do that.
Right.
And the copycat mode happens more with men, because at the end of the day,
it's like a macho.
Right, we're not paying attention to each other, but we think we do.
Right.
Yeah. We think we do.
Right.
They might have paid attention to him because he came in fly.
Right.
I'm talking about the shoes. So he came in fly, so he might have got a little more attention than I did. But he came in fly. But that's something I think that I learned as I started getting older. I wanted to speak up and say things that nobody said to me. Sometimes I come from the generation where we just hold it in, act tough, and that's what it is.
That's what a man is.
Life would be easier if you would share more with me about what makes you uncomfortable.
Right.
Wow.
So that was my eye-opening moment. And so in training, it's fun to talk about it openly. So a lot of times, especially working with young men, I'm not telling them what they can't do. I'll tell them what makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
You know, like I'll joke, hey man, we're doing arms. My youngest son is loving working out right now. I'm gonna wave. How you doing, son?
Hey,
we actually want to be here,
Yeah,
but he's
no
been
problem.
getting
Yeah,
up like
sure.
5 in the
Yeah,
morning.
next time.
Gotta go to school.
Next time. Oh yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I'm
You
tripping.
gotta get permission. Gotta
Come
get
on,
permission slip
dude.
from mom.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a wife. I don't run nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't run
You're a
nothing.
smart man.
Smart man.
What up to wifey
But
too?
he's
Yeah,
getting up
smart.
at like 5 in the morning with me.
Hey.
So he's learning the process of before I would curl and I'm feeling my muscles tearing and I'm realizing weight's too heavy.
Right.
So maybe I need to do these 15s.
Right, but do 20 reps instead of
20 reps, exactly. And I'm teaching him that, whereas when I was his age, I'm going to do 20s and hurt myself.
The heavier, the better.
And
Yeah.
you know what? And you know what? That's great because that's not only going to help just his body, but that's also going to help his longevity in being in the gym. And if he sounds like you, which I'm sure he is, he's your son, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I'm sure that he will want to be athletic and still doing athletic things way later into his life, not just through high school, not just through college, who knows, you know what I mean? So the fact that if you're able to not only recognize your body, listen to your body, but have the discipline to not be like ego lifting.
Ego lifting.
I know I shouldn't lift some 50s, but there's somebody next to me that I'm going to do it anyway.
Right.
And then you throw yourself, you get hurt. Remember when we were feeling sick not too long ago, and we were like, you could go to the gym today and push through, and yeah, you'll get your workout today, but then you're going to push back the next 3 days.
Right.
And you're going to, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, just sit down now, take the weekend off, and you'll be able to go hard all next week as opposed to one day here, and now you're missing Monday and Tuesday next week.
And that's the biggest thing. It's just talking out loud and sharing this with people. Because, again, you go in the gym and realize it's probably the most intimidating place in the world.
It can be.
You walk around, and especially out here in Vegas. Again, I'm coming from Texas.
Yeah.
So when I got out here, and I'm like, oh my God.
Everyone's put together.
Everybody's put together. Everybody's in shape. Everybody's dressed really nice. Everybody's, put together. But it was eye-opening where it's like, this is it's intimidating. So the goal is, and also one thing in the gym is sometimes we're so caught up in our own world that my goal is also to make sure we're approachable.
Yes.
So how do you take an environment that can be intimidating that and make it approachable?
For one, by introducing people to the gym, listening to them. Now, coming into the fitness world, the easiest thing to do is to make you sore and sweat. Not that hard.
Right.
If it's something you hadn't done, probably the easiest thing I can do is make you sore for a week.
Right.
But the goal is actually listening, developing a real plan for you. And what I like to do is create small goals. So you're seeing minor successes as we get to that greater goal in the end. So when we get to that big goal, this was all worth it.
Cool.
But again, I think the biggest thing that we're losing now is society has changed, phones have changed, technology is so much bigger, so we don't communicate.
Right.
So earbuds sometimes create more enemies, whereas I can be speaking to you, you're looking this way, and I'm like, that's a jerk, man. He's not even acknowlowing me.
Right,
You can't hear me.
Right.
Or
You're
I'm
like,
too
are you
busy
done with
looking at
that?
my
Or are you trying to
phone.
get through and you think this person is ignoring you, but
Ignoring
they
you.
just
So, and it makes it worse. And the hard part is, again, everybody looks put together. Everybody looks like they're in charge of what they're doing. And a lot of times, if you really pay close attention, they're looking at their phones and they're looking at workouts that they found online.
trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out
themselves.
just like you.
You know what? And so you know what's crazy? So, and this is funny because I used to go to the EOS on Blue Diamond in Decatur. I went there because I lived across the street. I used to go there all the time, and I did like what you call like prison workouts. Like I'd go do arms and chest. You know what I mean? I could wear sweats. It didn't even matter. You were never going to see my legs. And you know it's funny because those are just the workouts that you just see. You know what I mean? If you think of somebody in the gym, you either think of squatting, bench pressing, curling. You know what I mean? Like if you were just to think. So those are the workouts that you see in movies. Those are the workouts that you see in TV. So those are the ones that I just felt comfortable going to do. And it's funny because I used to go so much that these two guys, Kyle and James, they came over to me at one point and they were like, yo, bro, like we see that you're here every day. Like obviously you want to know. And he was like, do you want me to show you some workouts and stuff like that? And he's like, Mondays we have the same routine, Tuesdays we have the same routine, Wednesdays. And so I started going back with them. That's why I stopped going to the Durango. And it was great because for 6 months, I just went and I just listened and I just followed things and I just watched and I just did what they told me. And then it was cool because as month 4, 5, 6 started to come along, I started to get that confidence. And once you get that confidence in the gym, just like anything else, you're off to the races because now you can go, you could talk to people about things and everything. But I think you're right. It's huge. And it's crazy that we don't even think about it. But it's like, there's so much just macho-ness in the gym. And a lot of people are like, that it's intimidating.
I feel like that's a great metaphor for life, though, right? We never want to look like we don't know what we're doing.
Amen.
And in the exact same way, if you stop and you see someone who's a little bit further ahead in life than you, and you listen, it can actually take you to new levels. Instead of pretending for 5 years that you know what you're doing.
If you sit there and ask, you will know.
And you'll get there a lot faster.
Right.
Well, I think we've hit a point in life where somehow we're being told that we're all the same. I grew up knowing that there were things I was really good at. There were things I wasn't good at.
Yeah.
So I also grew up respecting your talents.
Right.
So I woke up, and I remember, and this was a big thing. Again, I always go back to my grandmother. Going to school, and she would tell me, son, in an 8-hour day, school is set up for you to be successful at something. And I used to think, well, that's kind of cold. Because, I'm thinking, man, I'm bombing in math.
Right.
We have a spelling test. Nobody's picking me for the spelling bee.
Right.
So I'm thinking of everything I don't know. But I remember if we go to PE, athletics, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
And I started thinking more about that, like you're right. In the course of an 8-hour day, I was able to watch all my peers succeed at something. Now, as we've gotten older, I look at a generation that we all feel that we are
equal.
The same.
We're all the same at everything.
So instead of respecting someone's talent,
I
don't respect it because I assume I can do it just as good as you can when I can't.
Right. When
I think that's where it takes time
realistic.
to just sitting back and learning and listening and asking. And another issue we run into is technology has grown to the point where even when we do communicate, I'm sending you to your phone or computer to look something up for me.
Right.
Now, one thing I think that benefits me is, as far as when it comes to technology, I am not smart. Not smart. Like I'm talking about, like when my phone, when the light comes on my phone, I'm struggling trying to get it on the flashlight. I'm just trying to wrap it up in towels and act like it's not there. But with that being said, I do think that takes away from the human moment of when somebody speaks to you. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. How about you go sit at that computer and fill this out, and I'll be back. Instead of, how about I talk to you?
And that was one of the things.
Let me look you and I and get to know you. Yeah. How about, how much time do you have to spend in the gym?
Right.
Matter of fact, let's stop talking about the gym. The fact you're here lets me know you're interested.
Right.
Tell me about you. Tell me about your lifestyle. What are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you want to be?
And I remember we met in the gym, and then, like I said, we ran into each other at Starbucks, and that was a funny thing because it's like, first of all, I love the gym because it's a great way to start the day. I like to go in the morning. It starts my day the right way. Positive people that are on the same page, people that want to move forward. And it's funny because even going to the gym, I'd be like, oh, let me find my boy Q. Or on my way in or on my way out, I'm like, let me stop and look for Q and say what's up. You know what I mean? Just that. And it's just because how warm you were. And it's funny because you see a lot of other, even not only people in the gym have egos, but even these trainers, even some of these trainers that are there to help you could have egos. And I'm not saying, everybody has a good day, bad day. No, I'm not putting it down on anybody, but I'm just saying the fact that you were so warm and opening, I could tell that you were different than everybody else, and I would feel comfortable going to ask you for things or asking things for you, and I think that that's just an amazing characteristic that you have, and I'm sure that'll take you very far in coaching and everything because you could sense that you care.
Well, here's the weird thing is so I'm not playing football no more. I'm in the gym, so I'm going in the morning. So I would get up. I was that guy. Get up 6 in the morning, go to the gym every day. So I'm in Amarillo, Texas, and they had a gym called the Downtown Athletic Club. Really upscale, nice gym. So I would go every morning. And it was this lady that would train, and I'm so bad I can't think of her name, but she would train every morning. So the first day I'm working out, and I'm watching her train, and I notice she's training women. Again, young guy.
Ego.
I'm good.
Right.
Then I'm watching her train men. But the more I watched her, the better she was at it. Yeah. So I caught myself getting up even early in the morning to go. And I'm following her, and I'm doing the workouts. Yeah. So one day we were talking, and she told me, she says, well, you know what? She says, here's some information. You should become a certified trainer. Like, what's about your mind? Like, no.
Right. I'm barely watching.
I don't know what I'm doing. And she says, but you're easy to talk to. And I thought, What's that got to do with anything? Because I'm looking around the gym and those guys bigger, stronger, better look. It was just it's your choice, and I'm like, so what does that have to do?
What?
with
Right.
And she says, one thing that will never go away is just human kindness.
Yeah.
Basic human
Your
kindness will never
personality,
go away.
your characteristics.
Talk to people. And I remember her talking to her, and that was kind of like kick-started where, okay, I took the certification test, bombed it.
Yeah.
But I went back and I told her, like, man, I failed the test.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed. She says, I did too.
Right.
Like, wait a minute, you did too, but you told me you're this great trainer. She says, yeah, but that was the first time I took it.
Right.
And I thought, oh, so it's okay. She says, of course it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, these other guys said they just all aced it the first time. She says, nope, I bombed it.
Right.
So I went and took it again. And I kind of learned under her how to just talk to people. She says, use what you have. And so that was my thing. And when I brought it to Vegas, one thing coming from Texas, we talk to each other a lot. So you acknowledge people. Good morning. Hello. How you doing? So when I got here, it took a while for me to get used to saying, hey, good morning. And they would look at me.
Yeah.
Think you're crazy. You're like,
why,
did I say something
why am I
wrong?
why you talking
I
to
say
me?
what's up to everybody.
I would have people take out their headphones. I'm not interested in what?
Right.
I'm just
I was
thinking
saying
we're
good
just
morning, right?
we're
Ain't nobody-
speaking.
right,
But
no.
it was funny when I started at EOS, people used to complain.
Yeah.
Like, this dude talks to me too much, to the point where I would have people look for me.
Right.
Look for me, because the goal is if I can get you just to drop your guard, we can talk. I can help you.
Yeah.
And that was my goal, was to make sure that this wasn't money that you're spending. My whole thing with fitness is, let me allow and help you invest money to extend your life.
Right.
We all go through stages. When I was younger, I'm going to live forever. 50 was really old.
Yeah.
So if I get to 50, who cares?
Right.
I hit 50, I care.
Right.
Right.
I don't feel old.
Right.
I still get up and run.
Yeah.
My goal is to run a marathon.
That's what's
A couple years from now. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing
But
you
I
gonna do
want to
that.
run the marathon. My son, now that he's working out, we actually want to do one of the High Rocks competitions together.
Oh, that's badass.
I just heard of that for the first time.
Oh, we
Dude,
want to
it's a
We've been
thing.
watching it, and I'm like, I got to get you to a certain point, get you a little bit older, but we want to do that. So I realized my goals had to be altered because of my age, of course.
Right.
But life is not over.
Right.
And one thing I will say is, a good thing about being in Vegas is people work out and stay in shape a lot older in life.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of buddies back in Texas. We tapped
They-
out and
they
said,
let
we
it
good.
go.
Yeah.
now. We
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm
You know
50,
what?
I'm
And
good.
I say that too. I have friends back home because a lot of people. I'm 44, and people will be like, "Oh, you look like you're mid 30s or whatever." I'm like, and there's some people back home, and I'm like,
They look 44.
they look 44.
54,
They
right.
look like you're like,
Yeah, yeah,
geez,
yeah.
because they stopped. They stopped.
caring.
They stopped.
They stop caring. And you know what? And it's funny because it's like you said, life isn't over. And if you think about it, I mean, it gets even better, because if you take care of yourself, it's getting even better. Because look, you love doing football, you love working out. Now you're getting to do it with your son.
I'll get to do all. No,
You know what I'm
it's so
saying?
much fun now. As far as the working out, the running, again, not having ego, learning has been the best part.
Right.
Of you can tell me something now.
I'll
Hey,
tell
you're
you.
not doing that right. How about you try it this way?
Right.
Cool. We started running just to run.
Yeah.
I always say I hit a midlife crisis. So I did a physique show years ago.
Yeah.
So I was having to cut
crack
all
me up,
this
brother.
weight. And so I would have to get up and run. And I would get up and run early in the morning. At the time we had a dog. And I remember my wife told me, she says, if you take him running one time, he's going to get up every day. Whatever. Dog got up every day.
Yeah.
So 4 in the morning,
He's like,
we
"Let's
running
go."
through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So my son at that time was maybe 3, 4. And he would be like, Daddy, wake me up. I'm not going to wake you up at 4 in the morning, go out and run. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's other ways to have the police call. I'm not going to do that.
Right, exactly.
So
right.
one morning we are running, and we're running, and me and the dog are running and running. And I hear, Daddy. And I'm thinking I'm going crazy.
Right.
4 in the morning, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Looking around the neighborhood. And I hear it again, Daddy. And then I look, my wife had got up
And let him out.
and got him up.
And got him out.
And, they
And
were
let him
walking
out
looking
like
for
he-
me. And so I see this
That's
little
dope,
boy run at me,
man.
and ever since then, we just kind of kept doing it.
That's
to the
dope.
point where
That's awesome.
we started running 5Ks, we started doing things. So I realized with age, my goals change.
Right.
Right.
So I can still do things.
Right.
But again, I also learned it's more powerful to talk about things to other men and women going through the same thing.
Okay, so talk. How do you talk to the guys? So because you kind of referenced it earlier with, as you're changing, you're looking, and as you're aging, you're like, I'm not doing the 50s. I'm doing it like. How do you work through or come to terms with changing your goals? Because at a certain point, your goal is this, and then it's just like, it's got to shift. And how do you manage that to keep your mindset in a right spot, not to beat yourself up about it?
The humbling portion is you have to just finally admit what you can't do.
Realistic. Being realistic.
As bad as it is, you have to admit I can't do certain things anymore. A good example is barbell bench press. My shoulders and stuff hurt to the point now where I can't do a barbell bench press anymore.
So instead of keep trying to do it,
you will never see a picture of me online doing a barbell bench press. For one, it's going to be really lightweight, and two, I just can't do it. So the hard part is just acknowledging what you can't do. And two, I still say this is the biggest thing is I need to figure out how to make what we're doing in the gym benefit your life outside the gym. That's the biggest key. You'll be surprised how more people work out in ways, and they'll tell you, I've just always done it, but they don't know why they're doing it. So you'll see guys walking, and he can barely walk, and he's a big guy. And you're like, what's wrong with him? Well, he's squatting 500 pounds.
Still.
But then when you ask him, what do you do? Well, I drive a truck.
Right.
So you're squatting, putting all that pressure on your knees, and you're sitting all day. You're creating more of an issue. So sometimes it's good to talk about it. Two, I realized, especially with speaking to men, I admit my faults first. Oh, man, I can't do that anymore.
To make somebody
so
else
they can feel good, like, hey, man, we doing legs today? Brother, we doing legs, but I'm only putting 135 on the bar. But we probably going to do about 5 sets of 20.
Right.
And they're like, oh, but last time I did 315. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't do it no more.
Right. You know
doesn't make you less of a man. Doesn't make you bad.
No, and it takes down their defenses, right?
Because now instead of me saying what you can't do, I just told you I can do it. Right. So you'd be surprised how many guys are like, oh, okay,
you know what, man, I feel comfortable. They're like, you know what, I'll do 185.
I'll do 185 with you.
But you know what, I think, and that's crazy because it's so funny because we talk about the gym all the time. We go to the gym all the time. And it's funny, I've never even, and I literally was one of those people. I was one of those people that was scared to ask, that was scared to not know what and you know what I mean? And I think I was looking like I was 6 months pregnant. So that was the reason why I started getting back in the gym, especially when my dad called me out. But I also just realized, I'm like, you know, the better that life gets, the more I want to be around for it. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's crazy as you get older and everything. It's like I just want to be there for my kids. I want to be able to, you know, one of the coolest things. My dad just got a new spot, and so there was like in like the little condo area or whatever, they have like a little workout thing, you know. And we were there, me, him, and my son. And my son walks in. And he sits on the bench, and he was like, show me something you do. So I gave him some dumbbells, and he was doing the dumbbell thing, and it was just the coolest thing. And the other day, you know, he took a picture. He was in Utah with his mom, and in the picture, he's like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just because little does he knows that I go to the gym every day. Right. He knows, and so he knows that I'm, without him even knowing it, I'm planting this example in his head. Yeah. And to just take care of yourself.
You're planting seeds that are gonna grow.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know what, Q, another thing that's great, especially for older gentlemen, I feel like, or you know what, anybody, I feel like a lot of times people try to catch up with it. You know what I mean? They end up going to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, you know what, you got obesity, or oh, you got this or that. And it's like, if you could try to start working out, even if you only work out 3 days a week, something is better than nothing. 3-4 days a week, you know what I'm saying? And you do it consistently, then hopefully later in life you're not playing catch up when it comes to
that's the biggest thing. Is I think a lot of people don't realize you're going to invest in your health one way or the other. It's going to happen.
If so I can take care of yourself,
I can do preventative now.
You're going to be buying medicine.
Or I can get some later. And I do think we're having to really push it more so now because we're a lot more sedentary. I was lucky to be brought up in a phase where, again, my youngest one right now, he's 12. Yeah. So he thinks it's hilarious when he'll be like, Dad, what kind of cell phone do you have in high school? Yeah. Not to punch you in the face if you tell me about
right.
So, when I was in high school, the idea that I could put my phone in my pocket, walk around, listen to music, watch TV was absurd.
That's like not even.
They might put you in a jacket.
I wasn't a smart kid, so I'm thinking you lost your mind.
That wasn't even sci-fi. That was like not even a thing that people thought.
Nintendo came out my sophomore year of high school. So when we talk about video games, I do remember Atari, but I remember one kid on the block had it, and it never worked. Right. So we had no interest in it. So we had to
turn it to channel 3 and get this buzz.
Hit the button and it wouldn't work. So we like, we good. We just leave. So I told him, I said, so I was lucky enough where we had to get up,
play outside,
run,
ride bikes,
walk,
play football, play basketball. That's all.
So I was really active. So unfortunately, he's growing up in a household where we're older parents, and a lot of stuff that is common nowadays me and my wife don't understand because we didn't do it.
Right.
So you looking at a TV playing a video game for 6 hours makes no sense to me because I didn't do it.
Because you didn't do it.
So my thing is with him is just teaching him to be more active. And I think we have a lot of young adults who need to change, because one thing in this industry that I'm noticing is younger clients are a lot worse off than they were even 15 years ago.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that because
These kids are bigger, stronger, somewhat faster. And I think what we'll do is we'll assume size makes you healthier, and that's not the case.
Right. Size means
Bodybuilder,
more.
think
You
about
have,
what
you have more.
bodybuilders, when the bodybuilder works out and gets on stage, he's cut weight.
Right.
So he's not at his biggest when he's walking around. So we can get kids who are over 6 foot, 200 pounds. They're like, look at my baby, he's huge. He's not healthy.
Right.
But, and again, it's easy to say what they don't do now. Now I can say, well, I wouldn't have done it, but I also didn't have access to nothing like that.
Right.
You know, so even being on the phone when I was a kid was phone attached to the wall.
Right. With the
very
cord.
uncomfortable when your family didn't leave the room because you're on the phone.
Exactly right.
And so you're just trying to get off the phone. Something as simple as going to the mall. For one, we got to figure out how to get there. So either riding bikes, walking to bus stops. We were always moving, where nowadays life has changed. So kids catch rides, Uber.
Catch rides.
That's one thing. I have to admit that I've never called an Uber.
Really? Yeah.
You know, the first time
I don't trust getting in a stranger's car.
Yeah.
I think I need a cab. I was excited the other day. I saw a yellow cab and I took a picture of it. The guy thought I was crazy
That's
because I'm sitting out the window, clicking pictures. I hadn't seen a yellow cab in forever. But I mean, I'm looking at kids now, and I'm looking at, like, my son plays soccer tonight.
Yeah.
And we joke. And my biggest thing now is I do a lot of sports performance training.
Yeah.
And the parents are really intense now.
They are.
And I catch myself. So I can say what they are. I'm kind of intense too.
Right.
And then it hits me. We live in a desert. So for the most part, it's too hot to go outside.
Right.
I've been here over 12 years now.
Yeah.
So when it's 50 degrees, unfortunately now I think it's too cold.
Too cold.
To go outside. Right. And now we're asking people to do something at a high level when they don't run, they don't jump. School curriculums have changed. Right. So there's things that I can't ask your kid to do now. So if I tell your kid, hey, when I was a kid, we had to run the mile. Right. You got a little medal for it. The faster you did it.
Yeah. Right. You
now
see that like 6-minute mile. You try to see how long.
I can't make you do it now. Now you can bring me a note. Now I'm picking on you if I tell you to do it. Right. Because again, we have a society that everybody's the same. Right. Minimum effort, but we all are technically the same, and that's not true. So I do see, unfortunately, it's kind of going backwards in life. And if you look at it, the mortality rate is actually getting a little bit younger. Where you have people who are dying of things where, like, heart attacks. He's in his 40s. How's that? Yeah. How's that possible?
Because
But the activity level, the movement level, is nondescript right now. For kids. And then, unfortunately, to get your child to be active, I think this is where this is American society is different. It's going to cost you money.
Right.
Where before, go outside, be back before the street lights are on. Don't have the cops come knock on this door. Right. And you
just stay out of trouble, right?
Now, I need you to do it. It's going to cost you a little bread if you go out and do it. So I think we kind of, it's a double-edged sword right now as far as what do we do. But you're correct in the sense that it does start with, I have to see it to believe it. Right. So if you're telling me you're doing it, I'll do it.
So what would you say, like, we like to leave our guests with a takeaway. And, there's been a lot of, I think of myself in this place, like when I first wanted to get healthier. Most people, and one of the things that I heard recently was like, Ozempic proved that everybody wants to look good. Nobody's just been willing to do the work, right? And so I generally believe that most people, maybe not all people, but most people would like to be in good shape, but for whatever reason, they're not. What would you say to someone who's like sitting on that fence, they're afraid to go? Like, what would be a piece of advice to leave our audience with about making that first step?
First off, I think you will need to find a fitness professional that works for you. Works for you. I think sometimes we get this twisted in the sense, train a lot of people. Yeah. I work for people I train. They don't work for me. 2, I think time. We have to learn how to manage realistic time. The days of old of going to the gym for 2-3 hours is not realistic in the real world anymore.
Right. Got kids, you got work,
kids,
you got activities.
You'd be surprised. You give me 30 minutes, put your phone down, allow me to train you for 30 minutes. Let me get your heart rate up. Let's do some resistance training. Let me get that endurance workout with you. We can get a lot more done. Also, understanding your diet. Stop making excuses as far as, cultural habits of I should eat this because we black.
is
So
my
I'll eat
family,
this.
I
I'm
fry
from
chicken,
down
I'ma
south,
fry
so I'm eat
everything,
this and
yeah.
that. I recently
Gravy,
went
heavy gravy in
vegetarian
it.
now, so I've been vegetarian almost 2 years now.
Good for you, brother.
So learning how to do things and take out the old way of thinking, and also I think going back to basics: drink water and take a minimum of 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
10,000
Straight
steps
up.
a day.
Keep it straight up.
You should have 3,000 steps before you leave your home.
Right.
But we're doing everything possible to not move.
Right.
Sometimes get out of your own way.
Right.
Something as simple as we go to the grocery store. Me and my wife argue about this. We'll circle the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because she knows I will turn in there and park as far away as possible and just walk.
Yeah. That's
I
my
do the
girl's
same
always
thing.
like. My girl's always like, you can't park closer to the
She's
door.
like, park right there. Then
Yeah.
I can't get out. Then I'm mad.
I love that when it's the gym and people are trying to get the closest one. You're like, I don't want to
Yeah.
walk. You're like,
Yeah.
you are going to the
EOS
gym.
used to be great.
I do that.
EOS used to come in and they get mad at me. It's no parking spots. You ain't got to do cardio. Just now you can go
Right.
straight
Exactly.
in.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Just keep going.
Just get to lifting.
But I think taking things that are around you, I think sometimes we are looking for, I think COVID taught us valuable lessons. We're looking for places, buildings, and things to enhance our lives.
Mm-hmm.
When all that was taken away, think about life. We all complain, I need a break from work. You got one.
You got one. And then
Oh,
you were
man, I
tripping
wish
about
somebody just
something
give me
else.
some money. They gave you some.
Right.
Right. What'd you do with it?
And everybody gained
I
weight. And
got
everybody did
DoorDash,
Just sat
skip the
down, yeah.
dishes.
And
Just
in
sat
Uber
back,
Eats
just sat
here
back.
was the worst because it felt like during that time like it does today.
Mm-hmm.
Get out. Take advantage of your park. Vegas has some of the most beautiful parks.
Yes.
Walk your
We're,
parks.
we're
Walk
very
your
we're very
neighborhoods.
blessed that it's in the middle of, you can get to the beach quickly, you can get to the mountains.
Wow.
My son was in Utah last week, snowboarding, you know what I mean?
everything.
It's very blessed. Red
But
Rock.
I think creating real habits and give yourself 30 minutes to be selfish. 30 minutes a day to be selfish, to extend your life, to be a better father, husband, friend, co-worker, supervisor. We all need 30 minutes a day to sometimes take it all in.
Oh yeah.
That's real.
And we wake up so much, waking up, and here's the biggest thing is we wake up to give so much more to outsiders that we forget when it's over,
You gotta give it
we
to
all get
yourself.
replaced.
Yeah.
I'm going to replace you.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to go in there and nobody's going to be there. So I'm real big on take 30 to 45 minutes a day for yourself. You deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
love
deserve
that.
it. You
I love
deserve
that.
it. Everybody deserves it. And I'm not telling you it has to be a certain day, has to be a certain time.
Right.
I'm not telling you don't eat good food.
Right.
Just don't go overboard.
Right.
Right.
We
Live
all
life.
have days.
Keep
I,
it
I
simple.
like. I'm real big on sweets.
Yeah. Me too.
Don't need to eat it every day,
Right.
but I can eat it Friday. I eat Saturday. It's you can have a life, but I think we are so busy trying to show the world how large we are, how much we can consume, how much we can overdo it, that we don't realize or respect that we're killing ourselves.
Man.
real
And,
talk.
and the
Amen.
outside world, at the end of the day, is waiting on you to fail anyway.
Yeah.
And when that happens, they'll just replace you
Right.
and find somebody who's doing better. So, big thing to everybody who's listening: take 30 to 45 minutes a day.
Hell yeah, man.
Give yourself 10 minutes to pray. At least 3,000 steps before you leave your house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
get up and move around.
Yeah.
First thing you should look at should be something that forces you to read. Stop looking at your phones.
Right. Stop
Stop
scrolling.
depending on your phones to tell you what to eat, what to drink, how to live.
Yeah. Or how are you even gonna feel that day?
I put, salt in my water, so just wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, and we're smart enough to know as far as what we're consuming. We know when we're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you go to McDonald's now and it's like, are you serious?
Yeah. Be real
when
with
you
yourself.
look at, you're like, it's we know when we're wrong. So I think, again, everybody needs to be consciously selfish 30, 45 minutes a day.
I love that.
I love it, man.
All
Cute.
right. Q, thank you for coming in,
Thank
man.
y'all for
This is
having me, man.
amazing.
Better than
Guys,
yesterday, baby.
better than yesterday. Please follow along, comment, like, YouTube, subscribe.
Yep.
And Cube, just before you go, where can our listeners find you if they want to follow?
Instagram, you can find me at Quinn Cairo 9. You can also find me here in Vegas or even at Phase 1. So, again, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Look forward to
Better than
hearing you.
yesterday.
Thank y'all.